You push me around, I'm lying on the ground. I feel like I will drown. I can't forgive your love, respected from you. I still hold on to you. I can't forget the truth. Confusion is true. Can't forget the truth. Confusion is true. Yeah. Yo. Yo, yo. Confusion is true. Yeah. Yo.
FIFA la noche, FIFA los DJ. I couldn't believe what I was living, so I called my friend Johnny and I said to him, Johnny, la gente está muy loca. What the fuck? All day, all night. Johnny, la gente está muy loca. Are you ready?
I know that you want me, you know that you need me. I can't be the one completely. I know that you want me, you know that you need me. I can't be the one completely. I'll always want you, baby. I'll always want you, darling. I'll always want you, even if you just can't survive. Oh, I want you dead or alive.
I'm not alcoholic. I'm not alcoholic.
get down like a trampoline.
Drop it.
Get up and get down like a trampoline. Hey girl, make it bounce like a trampoline. See, I bet you wanna land on this trampoline. Ain't no place for you to stand on this trampoline. Hey girl, make it bounce like a trampoline. Hey girl, make it bounce like a trampoline. See, I bet you wanna land on this trampoline. Ain't no place for you to stand on this trampoline.
Around the globe. Listen to the La 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 girl. Keep on your La La La. La La La. Keep on singing. The La 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 girl. The house, rock the house, rock back 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 the house, rock the house, rock the shit.
Last year from the Winter Royale qualifiers, the Secret Skirmish, and Top 5 in the Share the Love event. How are the two of you together going to work to secure this #1 spot today?
I'm just going to give this guy a bunch of call-outs, make sure he's safe and alive, and once we hit late game, he's just going to slay out.
Slay out away. We can't wait.
It's going to be so incredible to see if they can make that dynamic work on the stage. They have such great teamwork, and they have distinct play styles over the phases of the game, and if they can get rolling, they might be able to challenge towards that top. Now on to our next group, because we're excited to keep the introductions rolling. It's Item and Derox, Oslo and Bad Sniper, 4ZR and No Word, Red Rush and Snappy, and then Yu Wang and KBB. This is a bunch of guys out of Europe, and then the Chinese qualifiers coming out of the Tencent track. And I mean, some of these guys are incredibly skilled. Item and Derox with that ridiculous 41 elimination victory royale during the semifinals, and then they carried over the performance into the Sunday.
Yeah, one of the only times we saw actually consistency from the semifinals carry over into the finals. But another team that actually started breaking through in the finals towards the end, which led them to qualify as Oslo and Bad Sniper. And I think something very interesting about this group, or this duo in particular, they're going to be contesting at Tilted Towers, and they are very proficient at doing so.
They will be in the fray, and if Bad Sniper gets a sniper in his hands, here's a joke. His name online is actually not Bad Sniper because he hits all of those shots. Will be looking to make them pay. Now, Forziar and Nord, also another very aggressive pair, but kind of just like to chill out at times. They like find themselves on the edge, take the rifles. If they know they have an advantage, they go. We've seen them before as well in the Winter Royale.
Yeah. And then on the bottom right there, Yu Wang and KBB, they came out of the Tencent track, which was a competition that was hosted out in China. And so I think a lot of people didn't see those games and don't really know what these two are all about. Let's continue and find out more about them.
心情的话，非常亢奋吧，就可以跟各国的选手切磋。如果想跟一个队来对抗的话，我更希望是跟芒果那队。
要对游戏的喜欢，对吧？然后对游戏的理解，
还要有一个信仰吧，就是想成为冠军的一种念头。毕竟职业就是要奔着冠军去的。
喜欢这款游戏，然后对游戏的理解程度，然后对自己的技术非常的自信。
心情就感觉跟做梦一样，但这一切都是靠自己努力得来的，就非常的好。冠军等着我们！
So happy to see their level of excitement and to be here representing China through those Tencent track. It was amazing to watch them play in those games. A distinct different style, but also very built-in rifle-centric. Will be one of two Chinese teams representing. And now into our last section of qualifiers. These were the guys who ended up qualifying in the final week. The last chance to be there. It's Slacks and Keys, Calculator and Macwood, Zone and King, Epic Whale and 4DR Storm, and then Vinny and Zexro. And I mean, so many of these guys we could talk about right now, but the one I want to focus on, King and Zone, coming out of Argentina. They are ridiculously aggressive, know how to go full send, and I think people will be surprised. They're able to execute on a level where if they get rolling, it's going to be very hard to stop them.
It's one of the same situations as the kind of Chinese duo, at least at smaller extent. Because a lot of these guys don't know how they play, don't know how to respond when the play style that they haven't gone up against is shown. But one duo I want to talk about is Epic Whale and Storm, because this is one of the few fully qualified duos. We'll see both of them tomorrow, and what a way to do it, because they came together at the last second as well.
They came together in the final week knowing it was their last opportunity and they wanted to be there. They wanted 2 seats on the stage in each one of the competitions that have really separated themselves. But speaking of somebody who separated themselves, Zexro and Vinny. Zexro, the original pioneer of the My Wall Now. I'm going at you. I will win the game with 16+ eliminations and there's nothing you can do about it. Him and Vinny broke through everything, coming over not only Zexro's wrist issues, but a little bit of kind of turbulence between them. They're actually not even going to be doing after this competition, so this will be a last hurrah, and let's see what Zexro and Vinny have to say.
We've got Vinny and Zexro here. Very excited to see you guys. I know that a lot of people are thrilled and excited to see what you guys have planned for today. And you both have been competing both very well in duos and solos over the course of the year. How do you think that the competition today is going to compare to the rest of the competitions that you've had leading up to the scrims, whatever the case may be?
For sure, the competition's definitely going to be hard today. Probably the hardest competition yet, but I'm very confident for us to succeed today. So
awesome. Well, we believe in you guys. Now, Zexro, you told us after qualifying for the last week of duos that you were suffering from some tendonitis. Preparing for a competition like this, especially at such a high caliber, there's got to be a lot of stress involved with that. How have you been physically preparing for today?
So basically, I didn't really play much, and then I would just VOD review and everything. I would just play on the qualifier days, take a lot of a leave, you know, and then it started going away at the end, and then we qualified, so we're chilling.
Fantastic. Well, we're all really excited to see you guys. I know that a lot of people are, a lot of TSM fans here and all over the world. It's going to be a great day.
There you have it. It's proof that it's not all about just grinding and playing all the way through. You got to do your VOD review. You got to take care of your body, get those wrist stretches in. That's Zexo's story there. We'll see how they perform today. We've got one final group of duos to let on the floor. It's going to be Serpent and Hype, Wolfies and Rojo, Skite and Vato, Vorwins and Tux, Kluja and Thomas HT, and then finally Puzz and Ming.
I mean, there's so many players in here you can call out. Serpent and Hype were the original. Can you translate it to Sunday? They won so many of those semifinals, and in the last week, were able to do it. I got an opportunity to actually talk with Rojo in the practice room, and he says he's excited to be here, wants to play, wants to get on the stage, and knows he'll be able to enact their game plan. He wouldn't tell me what it was, and I wouldn't leak it anyway. Though the stream duo, kind of a little bit of parity there between Vinny and Zexro. Skype battling a ton of wrist issues and then able to overcome it, and I got to speak with him as well, and he's like, I'm just happy. I'm glad I'm here, man, and there was a fantastic post he did about it.
Yeah, he had that twit longer where he basically went through how he lost his confidence because of his wrist issue and then gained it back because of the support of all you guys at home who supported Skype through his journey, and the French community doing so as well. Moving on forward, Vorwin and Tux, somebody I think is very interesting because they qualified and moved through the entire, they switched duos at the last second, so same thing.
And then you have Kluja, a player who qualified as well for the
Halo, halo. Ja już jestem, poczekajcie. W ogóle Klusia, patrzcie, na dole Klusia. Ona nas zabiła chyba kiedyś na duo. Z tego co pamiętam. Czekajcie, chwilę. A na razie tak nie znam za dużo osób, nie? Tylko chyba Klusię kojarzę stąd na przykład. Zobaczymy, zaraz pewnie będzie kolejne. Czekajcie.
Voxelo elo 10 zł.
Dzięki Voxik. O, teraz pisał pod koniec tylko, nie? Dobra. Dzięki. Czekaj. Czekaj, Voxik. Żółwik, dzięki za dyszkę. Będę przybijał z wami żółwiki. Dobra.
I mean, I can only imagine what is going through their heads. First, taking the top spot in a week where there wasn't a qualification spot, and then having one of the most consistently best placements, then being chosen as an alternate, and finding out you're going to be competing, having a chance to represent Asia and South Korea here, and they are very good. They're known for playing aggressively, trying to find a side of the zone, box themselves up, and get some shots towards the side of the rotation. If they can get that position, don't expect them to not be dangerous, because they will make some.
No trzeba poczekać, jeszcze pewnie to zaczną o 19:30.
Those are all the players, those are the 100 best Fortnite players in the world, the 50 best duos, and now there's a duo in particular. We talked about it. The loudest duo when they're announced. They want to be the loudest duo when all is said and done. We have Mitro and Mongrel down on the floor. Jordan, what do they have to say?
We are all so excited to see these two play, and honestly to hear their comms. It's one of my favorite things when I watch these guys play. Now, competing online and competing at a LAN is two very, very different things, obviously.
Czekajcie, muszę napisać do mojego duo.
Going into competing at a LAN together.
Competing at LAN is definitely different. Personally, I like it more just because.
O, Mongral. Z kim on gra? Z Mitro?
Online is easier, but I don't know. I just like LAN more.
Fair.
Ale to jest big.
The energy in a stadium like this. A lot of people are really excited and stoked to be here, and especially to see you guys play. We can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Ej, ale Mitro jest obstrany, nie?
Guys, they sound excited, but that's it. Enough from us talking. The 50 best duos in the world are on the stage, competing for their share of $15 million.
Ej, czaicie? Widzieliście Mitro, jaki był obsrany? Ja nie wiem. Z kim? No, teoretycznie z Oscarem, ale nie wiem.
Duo in the world, hands down.
Siema. Ej, widzieliście tego? Mitro w ogóle jaki obstrany był? Ja pierdzielę, Mongral sobie na luzie mówi. A Mitro, człowieku, łapa w kieszeni, obstrany tam stoi. Siema, Stevie. O, ja dzisiaj obstawiam E11 albo Solary. Z racji tego, że to jest bardziej to jest bardziej takie profesjonalne. Czajcie, o co chodzi? Mongral, myślę, że oni mogą się wypalić szybko na early, tak? Do late'a mogą nie dotrwać, ale myślę, że takie Solary mogą dotrwać. Ja obstawiam teoretycznie Solary albo E11 teraz. Dobra, chyba zaczyna się. Dobra, DJ wczorajszy wali. Sobie pooglądamy. O kurde, takie coś wygrać, czajcie? Do domu. Ej, czaicie? Takie coś wygrać? Sobie wziąć, co postawić gdzieś, nie wiem. Zajebiste. To jest takie teraz, taka jakby jak to się nazywa? No, taka przedpremierka tego, nie? To chyba są pokazane akcje z wcześniejszych World Cupów, o ile się nie mylę. Kurde, ale emocje będą. W ogóle wczoraj Jacob jak ładnie zagrał. No, Jacob to jest potęga, bez kitu. O, Tiffy tam był. Gościu w ogóle tam miał uchwyt i na telefonie sobie to wszystko nagrywał, ten DJ. Też nie wiem, czy to DJ-em można nazwać. Tak, to są chyba te wszystkie akcje z wcześniejszych World Cupów, no. Dobra. Let's go, panowie, zaczynajcie. Kurde, ja obstawiam Solary, nie?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from my hometown, baby, New York City. Where you at? Where you at? That's what I like to hear.
No szkoda, że Polaków nie ma, nie? Ale wczoraj to było, wiecie, takie, nie? A dzisiaj to... O kurde, dzisiaj to się będzie działo. Bez kitu. Ej, oni w ogóle muszą grać na tamtym sprzęcie, tak? Oni nie mogą sobie wziąć swojego na przykład. To jest lipa też z tym, nie? I Arkos jutro gra. Ej, no takie coś wygrać, kurwa. Jutro gra prawdopodobnie... Nie wiem, czy Teku się dostał. Teku się chyba dostał. Teku, Jarkos i Luki, o ile się nie mylę. Bo Zik się nie dostał. Zabrakło mu, nie wiem, chyba tam 2 punktów jednego. Nie wiem, ale let's go. Wiem, że let's go. Dobra, zaczyna się, czat. Ja obstawiam oczywiście Solary albo... W pierwszej kolejności obstawiam Solary, w drugiej E11, a w trzeciej Mongral, ewentualnie ten Savage, nie? Mogą coś ugrać. Ale obstawiałbym bardziej coś w stronę Solary i E11, że coś mogą tutaj wygrać. Nie wiadomo. Dobra. Ej, ciekawe ile taki komentator od nich zarabia kasy, nie? Przez 3 dni musi tak nawalać. Ciekawe. Pewnie w ciul. No wczoraj Jacob wygrał 400 000. No polskie. A Freeze chyba 20 000 dolarów. Co to 11? Taka organizacja.
Thank you, GB. You are
Dobra.
a handsome, handsome man. Now I'm going to be super honest and
Adrian.
very forward right now when I say that I've got two of my favorite
On wczoraj grał i zabił
in this
Jacoba w
stadium
ostatniej
right
grze.
now that are competing
Easy.
together. Two of my favorite people to play
Zebry
with,
chyba
two of
ma.
my favorite people to watch and study. We have Sean and Aiden. Aiden, one of the most dominating controller players in the world, and he's proved it time and time again with Sean on mouse and keyboard.
Ej, co on trzyma w łapach ten scene po lewo?
Gifted players in all of Fortnite. Now, with this combination of one of you on a controller and
Ja myślę, że 11 wejdą. Będą gdzieś w top. Ej, on miał easy chyba, nie? Nie było tak widać. Benji Fishy tam gadał z kimś. No to wczoraj było na cele charytatywne, dzisiaj wszystko biorą do kieszeni. Ej, tam Benji poszedł do gościa, czyli tam Sevet siedzi, tam Sevet gdzieś siedzi, o tam. Lewo, na 95 siedzi Benji i na 96 Savage. Savage też może coś ugrać. Siema, siema. Ja pierdzielę, wygrać tak. Ile oni wygrywają, czat? Czekajcie, ile oni dzisiaj wygrywają? Za top 1 dzisiaj wygrywają chyba $1 milion, tak? Było czy ile? Czekajcie, sprawdzę. World Cup, New York. Zaraz wam powiem.
New York City, this is my hometown, and I know we can make some noise. So I'm gonna ask you one more time: are you ready? The Fortnite World Cup Finals start now.
Ej, czajcie, jak ten gościu się tak drze? Wszyscy się drą. Jaki to jest stres normalnie grać? Ja widziałem Mitro jak tam był. Nie wiem, ale dużo jest do wygrania. Chyba $1 milion dzisiaj dolarów. W sensie za top 1.
World Cup Finals live from New York City. Everything on the line here today. My name is Jack.
Nie wiem, nie widziałem do końca. Teraz przełączyłem, też nie patrzyłem. Benji i Savage? Nie, ja myślę, że on nie. Ej, Ninja w ogóle komentuje. To Ninja się nie dostał? Ej, lol, Ninja się nie dostał, Tiffy się dostał. No to jest za top 1. Dzisiaj jest $10 milionów łącznie, nie? Top 50 już coś dostaje. O, Kingstar tam jest. O, ja obstawiam i Kingstar Hunter albo Airwax Nikow, nie? Savage na 96.
Catch everyone up to speed. I know a lot of new eyes will be on Fortnite competitive today. And Ninja, here's the format for points. So, this is duos. If you place in the top 15 duos in this game, they earn 3 points.
Jak w bujable, to się założyliście? Nie no, ja myślę, że Mongral może jeszcze dobrze grać w tym game, ale myślę, że taki Benji i Savage się wywalą, nie? Na early. Coś mi się tak wydaje. O, macie $3 miliony za top 1 na dwie osoby, później macie 250, później 1500, 450, 375, 225. Ale to jest tak, to jest szóste, dobra, to jest w tą stronę idzie. No zobaczcie, widzicie sami pulę. Za pierwsze miejsce jest dzisiaj $3 miliony, wczoraj też, jutro też, nie? A wczoraj było $1 milion. Jakoś to na charytatywne, a dzisiaj wszystko do kieszeni idzie. Tiffy na solo się dostał. A nie dostał się z kołkiem? Możliwe, że się nie dostał. Wczoraj grali, nie? Tiffy, Ninja i Coke. Nie, no ja coś tutaj myślę, że Kingstar Hunter albo ten, ewentualnie Nikow i... No tak, ale wiesz, dolar, tam poziom jest też inny, nie? Tu zobacz, tu jest poziom, tu będzie poziom. No tu kurwa każdy jest profesjonalny i nie ma miejsca na błędy raczej. Ciekawe jak oni będą grać. Na pewno będą ciekawe akcje, że ktoś będzie dostał w pizdę 20 HP i będzie zabijał typa. Coś tak myślę, że tutaj będą takie akcje. Dobra, niech startują, niech startują, niech startują. Niech startują. Mitro. O, Mitro był obstrany akurat.
Both qualifying from Europe. You see, last time they played in the week they qualified, their drop of choice was Loot Lake. So will that remain the same today? These early game battles, these fights.
No na jutro, no to wiesz, na duo musisz mieć z grania, na solo to są sami po prostu, nie? Robią to co chcą. Jutro będą kozaki też, będą wszyscy. No tu będzie większość tych co teraz jest, nie? Na pewno większość tych co tam.
They're absolutely insane, as you can see right here on your screen.
Ej, bo coś się chyba popsuło.
Don't worry, but either way, these guys are two absolute tanks, and
Czemu to jest Savage i Benji?
watched all these guys. You're absolutely one of the best players in the world, but it's almost like these guys are in a class of their own.
They are, man. I mean, I've competed against some of these guys in some other online tournaments as well, and I mean, literally watching Benji just slay out an entire lobby by himself in squads is.
Ktoś z Polski na duo nie.
You know what these guys do.
Jutro będzie największy poziom chyba. Chociaż na duo też. No na duo na pewno będzie ciężej. Ale skillowy poziom będzie jutro większy. A teamworkowy dzisiaj. Ja pierdzielę, ile to jest kasy. Oni w ogóle grają niektórzy na padach, nie? Jakby ktoś nie wiedział. O, Benji tam jest za tym gościem po prawo. Tym niższym tutaj obok Ninja. Jak patrzycie. Energy. W ogóle oni nie mogą mieć na koszulkach sponsorów, też się dowiedziałem. Nie mogą promować żadnych sponsorów na koszulkach, tylko swoje mają loga. Dobra. Pewnie zacznie się za jakieś 10 minut. Rozgrzewałem się. Mógłbyś ty się dostać kiedyś? Co ty? Ja bym chciał coś wygrać, a nie. No ale no zobacz, na przykład z Polski Zik się nie dostał, tak? Który jest taki zarąbisty. Znaczy, na tym na przykład wczorajszym jakbym miał grać, na pewno bym coś pokazał. Bo tam na przykład gra taki Freeze, nie? Freeze miał 3 punkty. To jest różnica, nie? Bo Freeze w ogóle nie gra teraz. No jakieś top, na przykład 20 na top 50 mógłbym zrobić, albo top 15. Nie wiem. Na pewno też, ale to jest zupełnie co innego, tak? No bo tam grają celebryci i w ogóle. Tam tylko grał Airwax, nie? Który wygrał z pro playerów. Ta. Niko, no ja właśnie im kibicuję. Coś tutaj. W ogóle Klusia mnie kiedyś zabiła, ona dzisiaj też gra. Gościu blondyn. Taki, Klusia. Zabił mnie na duo chyba. I Oscara. Z tego co pamiętam, ale nie wiem. Kojarzy mi się. Ej, serio, gościu gra takim skinem? O, Stompy, E11, Shinken. Ja właśnie im kibicuję. Wszyscy tutaj wszędzie są w jednym. Mi na przykład by przeszkadzało ten, jakby było takie coś po lewo. Od słuchawek.
What would you have spent your money on? I don't even want to know. Why don't I even ask that? Probably
16, man. Just a bunch of candy and energy.
Gold Troopera.
I didn't really.
So basically the same as today.
Exactly. Nothing really would change.
Dobra, let's go. No, typy na padzie, no tak. Ale mają ten. Aima, nie? Adrian, właśnie ten co zabił wczoraj. Aidan. Który zabił wczoraj Jacoba w Last Gierce. Tam w ogóle gości po lewo, co się widzicie na trybunie? Co on robi, ty? Ma downa jakiegoś. Po lewo, tam na górze. Gości oszalał chyba. Ale bym sobie cheatoski zjadł, zaraz sobie zjem. Chyba. Nie będziemy oglądać. Dobra, albo się zacznie zaraz, albo za 10 minut.
Honestly, I'd like to say that that's how I play, but dude, in a situation like this, I think that
się ma downa chyba, po lewo, no zobaczcie na niego. Skakać chce.
I mean, you have one bad game, getting over that, that's going to be a huge mental obstacle, right? You get knocked first, that's going to be something that you're going to be thinking about in the second game, the third game. Oh my gosh, should we change our landing spots? And then if you're thinking like that, it's over.
Yeah, and I keep seeing you look down. You're like eagerly wanted to talk about this map. We have what the first map is going to be in front of us. But again, guys, there's so many exciting things going on in the world of Fortnite right now. One of the new limited time modes that is actually going on. Prop Hunt, we watched a little bit of it yesterday, but again, made by Stray Kite. It's a fun little, you know, hide and go seek game almost, Ninja.
Prop Hunt is the greatest thing that Fortnite has created.
Dobra, oni sobie będą teraz tak mówić. Nie wiem za ile mami przyjeżdża, poczekajcie chwilę.
Go for it. Go for it. Just go
Na
for
razie
it.
nie ma.
Yeah, we've had some fun games of prop hunt.
Tak, chowany to jest chyba.
Live in the gameplay for free, prop
Taki.
hunt. A little bit different
Dobra,
than,
niech
the
zaczynają.
competitive settings. Obviously,
Zaczynajcie już,
Arena
let's
has been
go.
talked about, Ninja. This is the most played in qualifier for a tournament ever in the history of gaming. 40 million competitors, down to the top 200. To be exact, 178 because of the double qualifier.
Dobra, są już w lobby, są już w lobby. Dobra, zaraz startują ty. Ja pierdzielę, zaraz startują już. Kingstar. No, no, no.
It just allowed so many of these kids to be here today because they've been able to play it, you know, from the comfort and safety of their home instead of
Jak można grać takim skinem?
just to qualify. So I think this is one of the first times we've seen something like this.
Ej, gościu bez butów tam siedział, widzieliście? Gościu buty sobie zdjął. Gościu buty sobie zdjął. Czajcie?
When you talk about LAN events, right, you have so much competitive experience. You've been to so many across different games and genres.
Może tak lubi
One
grać.
thing that stands out to me though, it will never feel the exact same as it does as playing at home. So for these guys, what are some tips?
No tak, tylko wiesz, to nie z Europy są wszyscy, nie? I o to chodzi.
Maybe on LAN for the first time.
Well, do what I always tell people when they're saying, you know, hey Ninja, I'm going to a tournament, any advice, right? You know, it's do exactly what you do.
No na przykład nie wiem, co to jest ten gościu, co tutaj siedzi, czy on jest w ogóle ode mnie lepszy, ale on na przykład jest z Australii i on sobie tam będzie cisnął, czaisz, co chodzi? To o to chodzi. No i tutaj właśnie dużo osób też wypadnie, bo oni się dziwią poziomem. Ale ja chcę, żeby... E11, ale stawiam na Solary. Dobra, będzie zaraz fajcik. No Freeze gra wczoraj bałwankiem. Oni dostają w ogóle konto, na których wszystko mają, nie? Wszystkie skiny. Ta, Savage'owi kibicują. Dobra, chyba się zaczyna. Chyba tak za 6 minut będzie już start, albo za minutę.
Right now, joined by the winners of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations. Now, Scissors, how does it feel now to solidify that title?
It's kind of awesome considering I love creative mode. It's thriving.
A w ogóle ten gościu, nie? Co tak podnosi puchar i się cieszy, to oni przegrali tą grę, nie? Ja miałem bekę z nich. Oni taką lamę dostali na przykład.
No competition. Just when the last map was a death run, I knew we had that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew Zan would clutch up, and he did just that.
You could tell he lifted the finger. He said, "We need one coin. Just grab this coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated."
Here it is. The win. Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger. You realize that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million.
It's unreal. Like, if you want to practice with death runs, you need to like do it slow. Don't go in blindly. Like, try and like change everything you do every time you.
Najeczka, World Champion.
Can you see yourself doing even more with creative? I mean, the success of today.
Lamy dostali.
Kurde. I think I would definitely stay consistent with creative because I feel like there's a lot of potential in creative still. And yeah, definitely this is my thing.
But I want to go down the line and see what each of you guys plan on doing.
Ale pikseloza jest z tego.
Like saving most of the money, maybe like some investments.
He's 18 and he just won $336,000. What are you gonna do with the prize?
Dobra, odpalę jakąś nutkę, bo nie chcę mi się ich słuchać.
Rent. Yeah, I think rent. I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna save my money.
I am gonna be responsible and probably just invest most of it and try and get even more money back.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Trzeba będzie jeszcze chwilę poczekać, albo zaraz będą startować, albo za jakieś 5 minut. Ty jakim skinem byś zagrał? Ja? Jakim skinem zagrał? Recon z ekspertką albo Ghoul Trooperą. Pa, Pringlecy pierdzielają, co za kidy. Jakie kidy. Dobra, zaraz będzie starcik. Tak, jak znajdę sobie duo stałego, to będę grał. Ale z tych co masz? Ale tam się gra na koncie, nie? Z tych co mam, to zagrał, nie wiem w sumie. Na pewno jakąś babeczką. Taką babką z różowymi włosami, co mówisz, że jest rzadka chyba. Że ją pierwszy raz widzisz, no to nią bym chyba grał. Ale z tych co mam to renegatką. Jakbym miał tak grać w sensie z mojego drugiego konta. I patrzcie jakie zegarki mają fajne, ten gościu po lewo. Czy ten po prawo, nie? Zależy od której strony patrzycie. Fajny zegarek ma. Ale sikor. Dobra. Dobra, jakoś 3 minuty i będzie start chyba. Chyba, że no tak przedłużać, że naprawdę, bo oni siedzą już, patrzcie co Savage robi, już się rozgrzewa. Ten co macha mychą tam Savage, człowieku. Ej, da się obstawić na jakiejś stronie, kto to wygra? Ja bym się obstawił tak z 50 zł. Teraz szybko. Ale więc tak bym tak wygrał na przykład, nie wiem, z 5000 za to. Patrzcie, pizzę sobie jedzą burgerkową, znaczy pomidorową. Ej, co to jest? Oni mają pizzę taką fajną z Fortnite'a. Kurde. Ej, jest coś takiego? Bet World Cup. Fortnite. Ja bym obstawił 5 dych. Na tego, na Keystara. Nie da się obstawiać. Dobra, chyba lecą już. Tak? Lecą już? Dobra, zapierdzielają już.
Jesus, this is gonna be intense. I mean, there's nothing more, honestly, nerve-wracking than the initial launch.
O, Keystar na dole. Co jest? Dropnęło?
Off the bus, man. You're flying. Someone's gonna die. Someone's gonna be eliminated.
Dobra,
who's gonna be the first one? Yep. You don't want to be the first one knocked out in the World Cup. You know, I mean, literally, I knocked him like, you know, it was the first game in the Pro Am, and that was just amazing.
Lecą. Będzie fishy.
No, for sure. As,
O kurde.
we immediately hop on board with my
Dobra, teraz mówi, jest na przykład 6 kulek. 6 kulek jest. Savage tutaj z nim.
This is contested. So you're flying on into here, Ninja. The early game's so key and already Benji Fishy trying to put shots down range with that revolver, but area is contested. You see they're kind of split from each other right now. What are their comms like in this exact moment?
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear.
Co jest? Ty, dropi mi neta. Czy nie? Czy to nie mi? Ja mam 3000 ponad bitrate'u, co? Dobra, chcę zobaczyć. Oni mają jakiś no-name'ów. To musi im się udać. Jest coś na czacie? Ej, to musi im się udać, no bez kitu, mają jakiś no-name'ów. Nie z Europy nawet. Ej, dobra, zmienię na 720p, nie wiem dlaczego tak jest, poczekajcie. Cyk. Cyk. No, działaj. Reklama fast. Dobra, reklama i oglądamy. Fast. Dobra. 4, 3. Zgubione klatki na OBS-ie. Nie no, 60 stałe. Patrz co się dzieje. Jak ktoś już się wywalił. Jak biorę pełny ekran, to mi laguje. 1080. 1080 musi być. Dobra, ja ze dwu na chwilę. Poczekajcie. Niech to się wczytuje.
Shields, but because 2 eliminations come on through, he gets both. That's 50 shield per limb, putting him at max HP, and now he can completely change how he takes this fight. It's not like the normal games where you're still stuck at 100 health and you might second guess what you want to do. You might play a little more passively. No, because of those earlier limbs, they now have Dusty Divot to themselves. They pushed out the Asian duo, pushing towards that top Dusty Divot side of XXM and Mend, and now they're sitting pretty. Divot all to themselves. They've got metal galore here, as well as wood. The one material that really be lacking is going to be stone.
Yeah, definitely going to be lacking stone. They can get a 500 metal, which is going to be their most valuable asset here, laning in Dusty. What I'm just interested to see is, you know, they have no rotation items when you're looking over there, so hopefully they find something that's going to help them rotate later. There are no balls that spawn in Dusty, so no ballers. It's going to be very difficult to make it to the late game if you guys don't have some sort of crazy rotation, shadow bombs, anything like that.
Here's another fight going on towards Fatal Fields, and with how little materials there are, you got to
oglądamy.
Players down low who are already just on light HP are in a tough spot, and there it is.
Ale będą się walić. Zabili.
Get the quick elimination on the
Brusha zabili.
That's going to push back Brush's duo in the Fatal Fields to try to hide for a brief moment.
Zabili. Nie znam w ogóle tych osób. To są jakieś za Europy.
Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot.
I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly. And,
Let's go.
There's definitely some metal that you can.
Gościu coś się skitra w ogóle. On by mógł ich porobić jeszcze.
In the sticks. But listen, man, I'm really curious as to why they're not pushing Sizz.
Well, it's a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there in the cornfields. And Sizz Lucky, these top players who land Fatal Fields know how to actually navigate the loot in the corn without breaking the corn. So
I need to break the corn every time.
Right, same. I'm not good enough to know, but there's a certain path you can go on, and Sizz Lucky will actually be able to go back and pick up Brush's card. So this is key.
You think you should go
Reboot
for it?
Vans. Remember, when you get brought back, you only have 100 HP and a common pistol. That will bring a lot of attention over. If you are Scarlet and Bell, are you sprinting back over that fight? I think so. Now across the map, though.
Oj, ale porobiony.
Yuang and their duo up against Vinny and Zexro, and there's the knock right there, Ninja.
Drum shotgun's very powerful. It's definitely underrated. You can get inside somebody's 1x1 right there. I mean, there's another knock with a drum shotgun. Just absolutely.
Porobił go, 1 na 1 mają.
Yuang trying to take this wall. I think his teammate is not going to be able to stay alive. So
dobra, 1 na 1.
Shield advantage. All he has to do is play this patient.
On powinien potypić. Co on robi?
Just needs to spray it out and hopefully find a chance to take him down, but he's healing up.
Yeah, Zexro has minis as well as big shield, so we'll be able to get back to full shield. And Yuang now in a tough spot. Do I try to go?
Zex definitely can interrupt this now. He took too long to start going with the reds, but it looks like he's just going to be going for the reloads, taking his time, and he might be dipping out, maybe trying to.
Patrzcie jak on gra.
Staying aggressive, but he's going to get the revive off, and now it's a 2-on-1 again.
Zexro staying confident though, knowing right now still at over 150 HP, the teammate has to be at 30 health. The wall comes through, trying to spray it, and it's not going to happen. And you see Zexro right there, hands right to his head. Some solid damage done, but Yuang dropped out to 59 HP.
Patrzcie jak gość budował słabo.
Back up to over 100. Very, very close right there, Ninja, with the drum shotgun.
Ważne, że żyją dwójkę, nie? To są ci, co zabili na początku. Ciekawe, czy ten gościu się podniósł, czy go zrysali.
Can clean up a lot of kills. This is actually my teammate and I's reverse. Our strategy was to try to get in those spots where you can beam people who are going to be flying throughout the sky using a lot of.
O, Laguna, tam gdzie ja latam.
Taking advantage of, you know, your incredible accuracy.
Znaczy już w sumie nie latam, ale latałem.
They did get the reboot in Fatal, so they're both back in play. Look at how slow this lobby is going, folks. 92 players left. A definite fan favorite here. Nate Hill and Funk of FaZe Clan currently set on up near Lazy Lagoon. And Ninja, this is your landing spot that you went to with your duo reverse.
Coś sławny rip? No właśnie chyba nie. Nie pokazują w ogóle tych sławnych, nie? W ogóle tych sławnych nie pokazują. Patrz jakie gościu ma EQ, nie? 6 shadowów, no przecież to jest, ja nie wiem.
I mean, I'm just 91 players. I mean, have we talked about Storm Surge? I mean,
we haven't yet. I was going to let that be a bridge when we cross it, but
because 91 people left, I mean, how soon is it going to be?
We're going to have Storm Surge in every game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like. This is going to be nuts. You guys don't know what Storm Surge is. Basically, the people, the team that has done the least amount of damage is going to start taking damage until they get above.
Nie pokazują w ogóle, wiecie, tych fame'ów takich, nie?
On their screen where what the damage threshold is. If you're used to playing at home, You probably have never experienced Storm Surge in a normal game, but it is very common in competitive because everyone wants to last until late game, earn those extra points, and wind up getting those placement points to come on through. Watching Letwick and Fwexy right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to loot up.
Strefa na tilted, ciekawe.
Here, I mean, look at the inventory. A common
Ciekawie będzie.
2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to loot. They're not going to be able to loot normally. I mean, you have every single spot is definitely going to be contested or have.
Ej, ale zobaczcie, że w ogóle nie widać tych. W ogóle nie ma tych fejmów, nie? Pokazywanych. Nie wiem czemu.
And you can get dinked twice with infantry rifle, and boom, there goes 160 health, man, just like that.
89 players left now in the lobby as Twiz and Cover H, the duo, do get cut down. 45 duos remaining. The second zone has just been revealed, and again, Storm Surge will begin after that. I absolutely think it's going to happen. That will be for 70+ players. So you keep that in mind as this goes on. Players who haven't really done any damage will know that they're going to be at a point where their hand is going to be forced. They're going to have to put on a little bit of aggression. You're going to see the
jest stąpi Shinken, E11 żyje na tilted, bardzo dobrze. Mają strefę na siebie, zajebiście.
To just farm up this metal structure and claim it as their own.
They're actually very centralized as well. Yep. I mean, a really great strategy that you're going to see a lot of people going to be using throughout this weekend in solos and in duos is to just try to get in the dead center of the second zone and honestly just kind of pray that the circle is going to continue to rotate in your favor. I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just knocks in front of him, like going to try to save his team. It's not going to happen. But there's not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades. I haven't seen a lot of shadow bombs. I don't see any launch pads in anyone's inventory.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a, like, the rotations late game are going to be nuts. People are going to get lasered out of the
ciekawie gra gościu, nie? Bardzo agresywnie. Volks, o, jak Vox.
Still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them. Parpy still playing on the slow ground, trying to spray out the opponent, and look at the material count for Volks, 135 total builds. It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to grab his teammate's reboot card, so will basically be by himself the rest of this game.
Shadowy gościu ma, rewolwerka. Ej, no zobaczymy tego endgame'a, nie? Ej, jak tu już jest strefa, żeby się bić.
Storm Surge warning. These guys are 106 above it. You guys can see that, which means that there's somebody who has 106 damage less than them. That is a
kurde, jak chcę endgame'a już. Lepiej się będzie to oglądało.
And that's actually the beauty of Storm Surge, right? You don't necessarily only want people kind of just lingering around in their 1-by-1s, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights that are gonna be forced to break out because players need to get above that, or they're gonna die. They're not gonna be able to make it.
4 duo.
Now moving towards the Dusty Divot Diner. You see Clicks and Skeptic. Yeah, the very young duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't even know you could farm this.
I didn't even know you could get down there.
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the little things that they know that really no one else can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here as there's so many materials to be farmed up, and for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get max, they don't just stop there. They keep farming to have an excess for more if they need to expend a lot of materials quickly. Yes. On the bottom right of your screen, you see a fight going down in Salty Springs. A lot of grenades being thrown right there. That's gonna be
i gości ma chyba przerąbane ten Jai.
Pretty decent spot. You guys can look up the minimap that we're staring at. Every single team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. Double heavy sniper is in play. Those guys do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall. It'll take out pretty much anything. It does 1,500 damage to structures. So if you have 2 teammates who have double heavy snipers, they can see a team, line up a shot of somebody hiding in a 1-by-1 and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still ever. Or if you know where they're at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
There's absolutely 0 time to react. And one thing you guys we've talked about are the rotation items. We got 6 shadows for this guy, and they have a baller, so they're sitting pretty. I think
no, 6 shadowów ma, to jest
absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game.
Zastanawiam się jedno, czemu ten gości kulki nie bierze,
Don't want the fight, and
czemu on nie bierze kulki? To mnie zastanawia.
Quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in, Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. And you see it just kind of smites them down from the heavens, and there they go, getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations. But again, man, it just goes to show A lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off
Kurde,
for teams.
40 duo jeszcze żyje. Ej, w ogóle nie pokazują tych lepszych duo, nie? O, Airwax i Nikogo. No to po Solary. No to po Solary.
Airwax and Nikogo are winners.
Ej,
well, Airwax at least
Hunter ich zabił.
winner of the Pro-Am does go down. Airwax double qualify as well. Tough first game for them as they do go out quite early on. 71 players left in this game. 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive?
No, I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles they didn't really chunk that much and they were more centralized in the beginning of competitive. So really no one had to rotate that much and no one had to fight. So now that these circles are really just kind of moving around the map, you can't really predict them. I mean, you're getting these players who have, again, the great aim and they're just beaming
Savage i Benji żyją. Klusia, Mongral, Mitro. Ej, Mongral i Mitro mają fajną strefę w sumie. Klusia, kurde, to jest ta, co nas zabiła.
Right now, already getting beamed. He's spamming the spacebar, trying to make it as difficult as possible to hit. He sees a lot of, look at it, already trying to figure out right now, where's he going to land? Look at all these people who are already boxed up. They're already creating these tunnels. More shots coming down. And he's going to be able to make it. 8 grenades. So...
Ej, wydawało mi się, że chyba że Solary zabiło drugie jakby duo Solary, nie? Czajcie o co chodzi, bo 2 duo weszły. Ej, 11, Shinken i Stompy.
Just a few brief moments as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next door as well. Medkit, so they're going to pop that too. Every little bit of HP matters. Saving the campfire for the late game, it appears.
Definitely going to save the campfire.
In the elimination feed right there. Here's a look at Mongrel earlier.
Mongrel.
Duo Mitro. They're set up currently in this zone. 68 players left.
Love watching this guy play, man. I'm serious. I mean, here's, you just check his inventory. Only got 2 guns right now, which is inventory rifle and a combat shotgun, so he has no spray guns. All right, spray guns are, you know, anything like to an SMG, tactical assault rifle, SCAR, anything like that. You know, we've got to have a gun that can shoot pretty quickly to kill players and hit players through their one-bys. You know, very difficult. Look at that healing too, though.
No, Hunter i Airwax, no to ich zabili chyba.
5 chug splashes.
Solary zabiło Solary.
Insane.
Super close to the zone as well. They don't have to move too far.
Yep, and material-wise, look at that, 135 total builds. They're in a fantastic
Ej,
position.
Klusia w ogóle cały czas przy Mongralu. Boże. Słuchajcie, poczekajcie, ja muszę iść ze dwóch.
Begins to shut down Ninja, but with so many slipstreams still available in this current zone, a lot of players are going to use that to rotate on in freely without using launch pads or the shadow bombs. There's your whole map right there. The eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be able to play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Some of the best, I mean, look at these are the best players in the world, and look how close they are to one another, man. I'm so excited when they actually have to force into these fights. The Storm's going to start pushing them. Look how, I'm sorry, man, I just can't, man. You guys notice also, Stinks, man, these players are so talented. It's going to be so hard to spray through their walls and actually deal damage to them. So you need things like grenades, like Stinks, right? Fart bombs is what I like to call them, to force people out of their 1-by-1s and try to shoot them as they're rotating away.
35 duo, żyje 64 osoby. Czyli
going down on the Mongrel, and Mongrel gets immediately ripped in two as it seemed like the lobby began to focus him right there.
Co się stało z Mongralem?
His duo is still alive.
With good rotation, luckily.
Mongrel zdedał, Mitro już obstrany.
Storm Surge has begun to kick on in. Mitro, 12 damage below, will have to begin to put shots down range. The zone pushing as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Mitro's goal, spray at players who have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right at him, and Mitro knows that. Now begins the fire. Dubs just below as well.
Kinstara, Nikogo zabił Airwax i Hunter.
Solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact. And here's the thing that you just mentioned, all these players who are going to be rotating in, being forced to rotate in, everyone knows that.
Very little ammo though. Look, these are the last 9 assault rifle shots in Dubs' inventory. It is getting scrappy, folks. And there's the split. Still though, only 80, meaning combined between the two, they really only have about 150 shots to work with.
Mitro
the
solo.
Still pushing. 61 players left.
Klusia
Reminder
dalej na
folks,
dole.
game number 1
Pokażę
of
tą
6
Klusię.
today in the duos competition. Dubs does go down as a player got that back wall. He wasn't quite ready for it. Mega frantically backing on up, trying to create some space. Will he be able to go?
He's gonna go for the pop that surge. He's got
the storm surge on.
He's trying to be aggressive. Oh, he's still below, right? He's gonna need to be aggressive. He won't even have time to revive his teammate.
Ej, ten gościu jakby leżał, nie?
Got finished actually, so he's got all the shields in the world. He can get back up to full health. Storm Surge is still ripping him apart. That slurp is barely keeping him alive.
Hitting him for 25 damage every time it winds up ticking. There it is again, dropping on in. Mega's hand is forced some big damage right there, still below.
Bo nie muszę się napieprzeć, bo to bije dużo, nie?
But Mega doing a solid job of keeping himself alive right now through this Storm Surge. Fantastic composure again, one of the young players on this stage.
No możliwe, że gra. O, tam Benji, widziałem Benji. Po lewo. Musi nawalać wszystkich. No i dostaje HP zaraz.
Finally above, and guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys.
Ej, czemu ten gościu Heavy nie wziął? On jest tak obstrany, że nawet Heavy nie bierze. Patrzcie, Heavy sobie leży.
Got the combat shotgun, one of the greatest shotguns to have late game. Does incredible damage, long range and close range. And all the guys
Savage, Benji grają.
into the storm, massive amounts of distance.
A gdzie jest moje E11?
Finally taken out 52 players left.
Klusia, właśnie, Klusia. To jest Thomas, jakiś Klusia tutaj. Gościu, który mnie zabił. Ej, no gościu obstrana się Aba, jednak gościu jest tak obstrany. Stąpi i Shinken, o kurde, Shinken zadał. Stąpi będzie go podnosił chyba na easy. Nie podniesie go. O kurde. Chyba po E11. Savage zabija.
Points of damage, and there's now the upgraded versions, the legendary and the epic, have 10 shots instead of 8. So I mean, it just packs a punch, man. It
Dobra,
can really catch players off guard, and that's
gościu
exactly
chyba.
what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who will literally build and protect themselves when they get shot once.
Folks, there are 45 players.
Oni nie mają itemów na rota. 45 osób w takiej strefie. Porąbane to.
Storm, you see it's about to begin to move, and players will frantically have to go across the map.
To my w takiej strefie na World Cupach mieliśmy po 35, coś to 10 to jest dużo różnicy.
44 left in this one.
We already got people using
Siema, Michu.
guys. This is a very far rotation.
Ej, coś tak wydaje mi się, że będzie Fishy Savage dobrze się trzymają. Kinstar żyje z tym Hunterem. Ej, ja przecież mówiłem, że chyba Kinstar, tak? Że ja jestem za Kinstarem, nie Airwaxem. A nie wiem, czy oni dadzą radę w sumie.
Macwood taking zone damage. Daedra as well. King slowly bouncing on through with the shadow bomb.
Dobrze bardzo przeszedł.
Does land. Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right on the edge of it. Yeah, right on the edge of the zone right now. Will just stay boxed up for a brief moment. As now there's 36 players remaining. Stompy in the elimination feed. Arkram now goes down as well. You can see the elimination feed on the top left to keep track of your favorite players. There's so much is going on. This is what tunneling is. When you hear players mention tunneling, this is it right here. You move with the zone, you tunnel your way in, give yourself cover, but not a lot of materials left. Only 22 builds.
Savage i Benji na HG. O kurde.
But look who's on the high ground. It's Mr. Savage and
O kurde, Klusia odbija.
That would be your two picks, so good for you, alright. I have to owe you a bet there, man.
Bez kitu. Savage sobie zrobił HG, skolapsowani.
I mean, listen, people are dying left and right, being eliminated. More Savage just used another shockwave grenade. He already had high ground, though.
High ground dalej, Savage'a.
Ej,
oni dostają HP za killa, czy nie?
He's just so weakened. Mr. Savage just looks up and beams the player out of the air. It's all Benji, Fishy, and Mr. Savage in the elimination feed right now. 24 players left in this one.
Oni żyją w dwójkę.
But 20 duos. There's almost
Kurwa,
no
Savage i Benji. Ale dobra, later.
Mr. Savage goes down.
It's up to Benji, and listen, Benji's been in this position before. We know he can handle it. Nitro's still in the game as well. He looks incredibly healthy, but now taking some storm damage. Benji's just gonna try it. Look at the materials.
Dobra, po Benji jest coś.
They're only using their shadows. I think he has one build left.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he has.
He's got 10 total builds.
10 total builds.
He's just trying to outlast as many players as possible. Remember these
7 budowli może
we
zrobić.
made it into our top 10 duos. Now into our top 8. Zayt and Saf now. Zayt and Saf now on the high ground.
This game.
One of the few, the only duo left. This has a Zayt and Saf win written all over it. Mitro, Mongrel's duo, was all by himself very early on. Still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North American duo of Zayt and Saf close this out?
Wydaje mi się, że Benji i Mitro, Benji i Savage za wcześnie wprowadzili tego.
Mitro and Scarlet on the low ground. Shots still coming on in. Zayt and Saf just sitting pretty.
God, Nitro just got a double, I think. 5 limbs.
Tries to get it done, not enough. Zayt and Saf, 2 versus 1.
No i dobra, ten Zayd wygra.
Yes, they will.
Energy, to jest Energy, to jest to samo co Mitro i w ogóle. Znaczy co, Boże, co pierdzielę, co Savage i Benji.
Plus 10 placement points, that's gonna be 15
O nieźle.
points. Game 1.
Talk about a monster game number 1. You saw the immediate reaction. They know how key that was. And I've watched so many games of competitive Fortnite, Ninja. They were the only
wygrali gierkę.
with still like 18 players remaining. When they get the high ground like that, they send 1 player down to get close. Scarlet was already weak, and there's just no shot. In the end, the veteran players of Zayt and Saf game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players with LAN experience, players who've been around the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no. Zayt and Saf take game number 1.
Ja na przykład bym nie umiał w takich spodenkach grać, nie? Jak on, ten Zayd. 6 gierek.
And it's only fair that they continue to show their dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Brilliant performance. You know that their game plan is always
kiedy tak mówiłeś, Ejcilo?
Absolutely. But the fact that they made it through those storm surges, even with them not getting it very aggressive, they had 0 limbs down to those final few moments. Mr. Savage and Benji, we have to talk about them for a second as well.
Ja ze dwóch.
The European
Idę po
young
jedzonko,
duo, they were on
poczekajcie.
the high ground. It was looking good, Ninja, but so many players focusing them, the shockwave grenades as well, and they had no healing left.
It's unfortunate, man. We have a group full of these players who are literally the best in the world. They know exactly how to win, right? So if they don't have the high ground, they know that whenever there is a moment that they have to shoot the high ground out with rockets, shockwave grenades. I think that's actually what happened. I think someone shockwaved up and knocked them off the high ground.
Yep.
But when you have shield like Zayt and Nap did at the end there, and that high ground, I mean, it's over, man.
What a sigh of relief for those two.
Incredible first game. And we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you'll want to stay glued to the streams here for the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation. Send to Ninja and I your thoughts after game number 1. Who surprised you? What do you look?
Man, we have a group full of these players who are literally the best in the world. They know exactly how to win, right? So if they don't have the high ground, they know that whenever there is a moment that they have to shoot the high ground out with rockets, shockwave grenades. I think that's actually what happened. I think someone shockwaved up and knocked them off the high ground.
Yep.
But when you have shield like Zayt and Nap did at the end there, and that high ground, I mean, it's over, man.
What a sigh of relief for those two.
Incredible first game, and we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you'll want to stay glued to the streams here for the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation. Send to Ninja and I your thoughts after game number 1. Who surprised you? What are you looking forward to in games 2 through 6? For me, other things I noticed, man, you've got to be on your A game. When it comes down to taking note of where you are with the storm surge, those were longer storm surges that have lasted than I've ever seen before.
I've honestly never seen Storm Surge affect the game so much. Yep. Because here we are having 80 people left after the second circle. So you know what I mean? Like, and these guys, they're not going to let you hit them. You know what I mean? And if you want to put shots on these guys, it's going to be one flying in the air rotating, which you also expose yourself to a sniper shot. You know.
Absolutely.
High risk, high reward, man. Right?
Tym tak jest, cheatowski, jakieś ciasteczka są zbożowe, no i można streamować. To mi się podoba. Dobra, jest git.
That's a great way to think of it. I know there were so many people that want to give their thoughts on these games, but over at Unreal Island, we've got our very own Sundown with his thoughts on game 1.
Boże, kiedy ja piłem tym barka.
Thank you so much, Courage and Ninja. And the first match of the duos competition is over, and the Victor Royale experience wins
Dobra,
out.
jest git. Gramy,
Energy
oglądamy.
and Ghost Saf and how they've been playing
Bo
so
tam ja się nie
long
dostałem
together.
niestety.
And that endgame was a prime example of textbook Zayt and Saf. We're gonna re-roll it one more time, and we're gonna break down kind of how they were able to keep the control. Now, pay attention right away. You can see on the backside, Saf has one angle while Zayt is going forward, and they're moving back over the tarps they've already established, but the angles they take make sure they're covering everything.
high ground,
They hear the shots below, they're putting the fire down towards them, and Scarlet is able to pick up Mitro, but doesn't have enough to get out. Zayt and Saf, 5 eliminations, victory royale, 15 points, showing that their competitive experience, their experience on stage and at major LAN events is winning out right now. They say nerves, what nerves? We might as well be playing at home on our own stations because they are just that good. Match 1 is over. Time to get back over the stage for match 2. Ninja and Courage, take it away.
Właściwie we dwóch.
Thank you very much, Sundown. Great stuff as always there from Unreal Island outside of the venue, enjoying the event themselves. But again, whew, game number 1 in the books. Obviously, so many updates to see exactly where we stack up. In the end, those final moments can be so hectic. So before we hop into game 2, we will have a standings update for you all at home. Who do you think's up top of it right now? Well, guess what? It's Saf and Zayt, but
Grali Mitro trzecie miejsce, co?
Incredibly clutch solo moves and plays.
Both of our predictions. Both of our predictions.
And they're still up there. Guess what? Imagine when they're healthy. And when they actually get some good rotation items, I'd love to see how they're going to play in the late game, man.
Placement points so key. You did a great job pointing out Mitro at the end. Not only does he stay alive, not only does he perfectly use his materials and his movement items, but he somehow finds 5 more limbs, putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboards. Again, here are your standings.
Żebyś ty jakbyś widział Mitro, jak był obstrany, człowieku.
Dubs and Mega. They wind up making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely, incredibly talented duo, man. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Aiden can do, and Sean, so hopefully they step it up in this next game. Game 2 is about to get on its way, man. Are you ready?
I am ready. Ladies and gentlemen, in this sold-out arena, are you guys ready for game number 2?
O, tu nie przedłużają.
Oh yeah, they are.
Ej, czaj, że ten... Pamiętasz Ejcila, jak nas Klusia zabiła, głupia?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Klusia.
Has launched game number 2 of the Fortnite World Cup Duo Finals is underway.
Again, I'm just going to keep saying it, the most nerve-wracking part of any competition, but definitely Fortnite for me, is the second you jump out of that bus.
Yep.
Right? Once you hit the ground, once these players hit the ground...
Ja obstawiam Solary, że wygrają albo ten, albo E11.
And man, I'm looking at these llamas on my screen, I'm just hoping that they find them. There's nothing greater than finding the new upgraded llamas at 350 mats.
Dude, they're insane. And they're everywhere. And look, wait, can we look at the map? Look at the north side. You've got 3 llamas in a very small area.
Patrzcie, ile typa leci.
Many players have gotten better at spotting llamas from very, very far away.
I mean, you just, the one thing I was telling my teammate Malachi, I was like, listen, man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in, because usually you're looking for players who's going to be landing next to you, but if you actually keep an eye out for that adorable pink, purple, and blue llama.
And there's one.
I mean, look, you're just going to get rewarded with shield, rotation, there's shadow bomb storm, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get capped at 500.
A ja zabiłem kiedyś Jaśka.
So with 350, it's done its job for you. You can spend much less time looting and, farming, and much more time looting. And look at Zayt perfectly using the Shadow Bomb Ninja. For players at home who are wondering how he just used it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for. Explain a little bit of staying on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, all you have to do is just continue that jump animation. That's going
Gości w ogóle lutu nie ma.
And as long as you don't touch any solid ground, you're going to be able to continue to double bounce back and
Na
forth.
pagody.
It's
moja miejscówka.
Incredible use of the shadow bombs, and you're probably going to see a lot of players do something like that in the late game off of other people's builds, and which is way more difficult to do that off a mountain, by the way.
For sure, as we now take a look. That storm is far, side of the map, and this storm is very far. Great point to bring up there. We can see on our side, the zone right now basically gets cut off.
Też coś tak czuję. Ale powiem ci szczerze, że jak my na przykład byśmy grali World Cupa, nie? Oskar, to my byśmy tak nie grali tak defensywnie. Ja od razu bym już dojeżdżał typów. Ja bym nie dał im na lutowanie, jakby miał pompę.
A tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkham's still alive.
To jest bardzo dziwne, że oni grają tak defensywnie, dają sobie lutować.
Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away, continue to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. And Yuang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield. All the damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination. and gets.
And look at how good these stink grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one just from getting ticks.
No dobra, no ale jak ktoś kogoś zabije, to nie znaczy, że jest ten, że jest lepszy, tak?
Putting their attention towards this fight at Snobby, but
Tak samo jak siwy zabił Mongrala, no i co?
No materials left, Ninja.
KBBB, ten KBBB, wiem. To jest jakiś kurde hit.
Maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
These players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily.
Trzeci raz się już wywalił.
Third party now. They don't have a lot of shield.
Are they going to get off
the right
play?
They're going to push forward. Ewing no shields, and he's going to get the double.
Co?
He's going to get the double and the revive.
Zabił dwóch. Widzieliście to?
There was some delicious shockwave grenades.
Co?
Slid down the
Trzeci raz go podnosi.
Ewing takes them down.
W tamtej grze 2 razy.
I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that
Jak on ich dwóch zabił?
nearby, which weakened them at first. Ewing gets the cleanup on the last one right there.
Co za chłop?
What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in on the keys though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the
No i już błąd, bo nie grałem teamowo.
Up against 2.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not
Chłop se wali strzały przed siebie i zabija sobie dwóch, nie? Kozacko. No dobra.
That was a good knock on Landjock. And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well. It looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate
Kombata weźmie.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to take that. Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still now it is a 2-on-1 situation.
Punisher kojarzy go też.
Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again,
ja nie zakładam teamu.
About to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition. Very few builds. No shield. This spells disaster and Punisher goes down and
no nie miał co zrobić, no nie miał. Dobra, ale ja mam co zrobić i jem sobie teraz cheatowski. Zajebiste są.
They can't afford to do that. It takes so much time in that fight. They've got to go very far still. Now over to Neo Tilted. Clicks and
ja chcę endgame'y pooglądać, nie? Albo jakieś takie fighty savage na Mitro. Przejdźcie o co chodzi. Oskar, kiedy ty wracasz? No i gościu zdedał, zajebiście zrobił.
Unbelievable, incredible place. Bad Sniper goes down, and now he's continuing to branch out. When you guys are fight like this, you always want to do exactly what he's doing right now, which is branch out, continue to build these little 1x1s with pyramids, try to confuse your opponents of where you actually are healing up.
Oskar, zobacz jakie kidy tam grają, a my nie gramy tam. Zobacz jakie kidy.
1 mini, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now. They made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back up for a moment.
Finally gets a shotgun.
Yep. Shotgun picked up. Grenades now as well. They want to go for the second elimination, and
we take the oh my god, we got some track.
Paki, mały frajer pokazał takedown.
Homie, this is land. This dude's
no, będziesz miał zaraz take the L. No, take the L. Take the L. Mongral. No, take the L już macie.
Puts up the take the L, and EU says no, no, no. This is the World Cup, baby. I'm gonna show which continent is best.
Macie take the L.
Full HP, and they
I teraz Mongral jakby pokazał take the L.
Right there.
Wow, incredible. Look at that kid. Gold scar, gold combat, heavy shotgun, or I'm sorry, heavy sniper rifle for
take the L od Mongrala.
Look at, they're just stealing and bum rushing, and that's gonna be it.
And there's no shot right there.
Chyba jak Mongral skacze, człowieku. Najbliższe.
I love it. The man does YouTube for a reason. But then also
ja take the L pokazał im. Adrian. Adrian co robi?
Hasn't finished elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is though, Ninja.
Sean has absolutely no health. A little bit of shield. Hopefully we're going to drop some minis here. Aiden being the good team that he is. I'm sure he's calling it out right now. But it is also a 2-on-1, and they don't know, we don't know how weak this guy is right now, but if he is weak, we're going to look to try to trade. And there's a double shotgun shot for over 21 white.
No i ten Aidan też jest dobry, nie?
Sean has health, and look how aggressive they're being. They're both one hit. They get that trap.
They're going for it. They're saying, you know, you would have thrown the trap down by now. And there it is.
No, zajebiście.
Take from Aiden. The jump out to the side, and they'll be rewarded with shields, with materials. And look, Aiden actually, there was 2 big shields.
Yeah.
Aiden's gonna get the full health.
That's incredible.
Let's go.
You see the stats so far this game. Aiden has done 434 damage.
Co to, on jest wielki chłopak.
312, and he's near back up to max health.
On jest
I know
wielki
Aiden
chłop.
is a crowd favorite here. Every time the camera goes on, there's a big cheer from this sold-out arena.
For those of you guys who do not know, the storm circle is about to update right now. We just saw our second one, forcing everyone out of the north and east side of the map.
Ej, ale
Also, guess what? Every single llama.
Mongrel jest kozakiem, takim wiecie o co chodzi, on chce zabijać, że mordę, czajcie o co chodzi. On jest sobą po prostu, czajcie, nie? O, Wini tam biegnie. Jedzie na kulce.
Yeah, we're looking around, they're all gone. There's only one airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players. It's very difficult, man.
Zdziwiło mnie wcześniej, że ludzie, którzy zabili 2 na 1, zostawili go, bo jednego zabili. I gościu jeden mógł wziąć kulkę i nie wziął, nie? Nie wiem czemu tak. Ja bym grał kulką. Łatwo mieć.
You might be able to deal a lot of damage, and remember, you might think, oh well, there's no way you're going to get that elimination. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying free damage for Storm Surge when that comes into play, because it is going to happen very, very soon here. We're about a minute away.
It literally looks like we've been watching that action. But there's 84 teams, 84 players left still.
Yep. I guess that's a testament to
Szkoda tylko Stinka.
our observers backstage.
Teraz mam przerąbane.
Lucky does take a bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory, and Ninja
like a dolphin.
Chug splashes have came into this
Szkoda
game and
tylko
they've
Stinka.
completely taken competitive by storm. Are they the best healing item currently in this meta?
I think that, you know, there's a lot of items that get added where, you know, not everyone is all unanimous about it, right? Some people do not like it. But let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen more
Harnasie niech rzuca.
you know, reactions from an item being added than when chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to some delightful posts.
Delightful
just some delightful posts.
Yeah.
Those of you guys who don't know what
Pierwsza
they are,
gra
each
Energy.
one splash, they come in packs of 2, you can stack
Ciekawe.
up to 6,
O, Mongrel Mitro jeszcze
20
na
health,
Prison.
4 shield, whatever you're missing.
And they're instant. You throw them down to the ground, and they can be used to heal you and your teammates around you, as well as
Dobrze, bardzo
really
grają.
control your enemies that you've knocked. Here are Mongrel and Mitro in the zone, and you talked about this inventory. I'm going to come out and say it right now. There is no way someone in this lobby has a better inventory.
Ale patrzcie, gościu chciał się popisać, to jest Septic. Take DL-a sobie pokazał, no i dostał w pizdę. Od Mongrala jeszcze. Czajcie?
With only 6
Jaki
games being played after the first 2,
Czy bardziej karma taka.
they could be your leaders.
Absolutely. I mean, they were only 2 points
O.
away from first, man. They didn't even win the game. And Mongrel
Mitro.
went down early before placement.
Ale on jest taki skupiony, nie?
So, Sean and Aiden in another fight with Quentin and his squad. Sean trying to take some walls here. And he's out of light ammo.
Out of materials.
And
That's
he's
a
out
big
of
thing.
materials.
Strzela do swojego i ciul.
The one thing you can do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective against top players if you're actually trying to take walls.
Well, the player tried to drop a trap down low to bait Aiden, but Aiden does not fall for it. This seasoned veteran trying to cover his back. Players beginning to spray on through. Stink bombs dropping, and there's one a limb. Another shot comes in.
Gets his shield. That's why he went for the thirst.
Yep.
And grabbed the mats. 365 mats now. He is, or more than that. He's got.
Get out of the stinks. They've got to get out of the stinks.
So weak 2.
Look at how weak they are.
And only they can get both Sean and
Muszę
Aiden.
HP.
I think that's exactly what they
Bo
should
zdają
set
od
up.
tych stinków.
Now he's trying to take them one by one. He's getting pushed by more than one person.
Quick reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster for the duo. Damage dealt 639. He does go down, though the quick edit comes
Making
through.
plays. Now it's up to Sean. Can he clutch it? Only 2 HP. Got some minis. Picked up some ammunition now for his minigun. But looks like Spades is just way more healthy. And obviously there's 3.
No ta, cieszyłbyś się, no ale wiesz, gościu taką popisówę, wiesz, jakiś kid 12-13 lat i on popisówek chce walić, że take DL, nie? Wiesz o co chodzi.
Put himself in a nice pyramid. For those of you guys who don't know what a brick or a metal pyramid.
Big thing to note. Look at his zone. He has to push. That's it. He has to push. He has 52 health, but the zone is right at his back. He's got to go.
No, ale ten gościu
Don't
jest
even worry
deda.
about Storm Surge. They're
Getting beat
446
from the side
above.
as well. Has a shot,
This
and
is
he's
done.
going to be taken down. I mean, that's just the worst position to be in any competitive game, is being weak, low materials, low health, and being forced to push in.
Every time you watch Aiden and whoever he's playing with,
Dobra, tam ciekawie będzie, bo Mitro, Mongrel Savage i będzie już tam, wiecie, turkowanko robili.
One of the most famous moments of Fortnite competitive history was the Nick Merckx and Aiden duo where they made it into the big bonus about a year ago.
Oh my God.
And a crowd popped off. Well, they're always scrappy getting into eliminations. Here, the stat popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage in the game.
Bez
The
kitu.
average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above. in this lobby already. Unfortunately, though,
Stąpi E11 żyją.
there's a higher chance of you going down. Speaking of potential fights, here's Sizlucky and Brush, who we saw earlier on in the last game at Fatal Fields struggle to stay alive. Now in another tough spot as they're both.
Ja nie wiem, czemu oni nie używają shadowów. Ja bym walił shadowy na przykład na takie przejście czy coś. Bo to jest w sumie głupie tak przechodzić normalnie. Tym bardziej jak się nie ma healingu.
But yeah, as you said with Aiden, we mentioned earlier, are people going to change how they're going to play, right? Are they going to do anything different here at the World Cup? And guess what? I'm pretty sure we can say that Aiden's squad is not doing anything different. They're being incredibly aggressive. They're putting the damage down. And unfortunately, there were just too many players who took advantage that they were weak.
To jest tylko pierwsza gra, jak coś zliczone. Nie doliczę tych punktów.
Where the leaderboard is at the moment, Mitro and Mongrel staying alive,
in a great spot,
holding this pyramid edit. And for people at home who might not know, he's not exposed right there, right, Ninja? He's peeking through his build.
Correct. As you guys are peeking through a pyramid, you hit edit on it. You cannot be seen, right? And you can also
no ważne jest, żeby obiecmy.
Amazing feature. Fortnite Battle Royale.
Fortnite Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience.
Ultimate Battle Royale experience, man. Blue T is in the storm, taking damage, a lot of damage, and he's still going to be rotating. Road taking
Klusia.
Thomas.
Boże, ta Klusia to mnie prześladuje.
And there goes Rody, actually just got knocked. 66 players remain, and this storm is kind of moving a little bit away from Pleasant Park, but it's once you have a high ground mountain in play, I mean, I'm wondering if it's going to go north.
There's 3 high ground mountains in play, and
really mixes it up late game.
A drone ship that people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant to use.
Oh, absolutely. If you guys can get up on top of those, guess what? You have ultimate high ground on the map without having to place any mats.
Yep.
It's incredible. You can't get sniped from above, and you can deal as much damage as you want. Also, it's incredibly difficult to shoot players that are up there. 100%. But it's important to know that after the
dalej żyją ci, co wygrali.
Those air vents will stop working.
Ej, bez kitu, jakby takie randomy wygrały, nie? Tyle kasy.
Yikes. Anything like that? Yikes. That's a massive yikes. So you have to pray that someone puts a launch pad down underneath it somehow.
Yep. And,
randomy, no może nie randomy, nie?
Let's risk it all.
Most of these teams will mess that up. Now, we talked about our Game 1 winners, the team that took home the Victory Royale, which is, again, 10 placement points, the max you can get for placement in these games. It was Zayt and Saf, and they're currently set on up in this zone for the moment.
Did they just get the zone as well?
Strefa na górkę.
Are they the yellow team in the minimap? I mean, they're close enough for sure, I can see. I think, no, actually, no, they got to rotate a little bit, but look, they got 4 shockwave.
Lancie już idą. Airwax, Niko. Dobrze.
Here we go. They have to rotate the farthest. Look at how many stack players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move very soon.
Yeah, Arkram and Falconer have a tough rotation ahead. Slacks and Keys. Watch them fight a little bit earlier on against Landjock and Punisher.
Those heals till his teammate comes in.
Yep.
No, he missed one.
He did miss it. No, his teammate's full. Teammate's full. Don't worry.
It doesn't matter. Geez.
Teammate's full.
You know, I was playing with Myth the other day, and he was using a lot of chug splashes without me, so, you know, I'm really sensitive on it.
We'll let you and Myth handle that one. As,
ja tak chcę jutro Polaków oglądać, nie? Powinniśmy razem Oscar gadać i oglądać. Cześć, co chodzi? Shinken i stąpi full kewa.
62 players left in this one, 35 duos. And you see Arkram and Falconer. It looks like they did a duo.
Zobacz, jak wykorzystali na przykład... Stąpi poszedł na górę, budując mu schody, a Shinken został na dole i zbudował w ogóle całe przejście, nie? I Shinken sobie po tym będzie wchodzić, co Stąpi mu zbudował. Zajebiście. Zrobione. Żeby on wyciągał kille. Przejdźcie o co chodzi. Naprawdę, zajebisty pomysł.
If I'm in a position where I know I need to make some ground up on the leaderboards, I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Yes.
If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that
może nie chcę podać.
spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. If you have nothing
Savage solo jest bez Benji.
I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Yeah, we're looking over here at Ewing, 3 eliminations.
Patrzcie, jak gościu wychyla, nie?
And it's definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
Ja się tak bał wychylać.
He started the game at Snobby Shores with that clutch when KBB did go down, so they're still in this one because
he still has that beautiful blue combat where he clutched it with, man.
Yes, he does, and all the materials he could ever ask for it. Nearly 100 builds in this one.
You see they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're either marking double heavy or they're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
We're gonna find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. He's trying to look and see. Yep.
Oh, they do a double
heavy sniper.
O kurde, patrz jaka strefa.
You guys saw the pyramid. This is exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need 2 walls, 2 layers protecting.
O, ten KBB żyje, ale ten KBB nic nie gra, ten Juvan go kieruje.
Got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it, and this zone, Ninja,
it just moved over a mountain, man.
It just moved onto the side of
the safe zone is right now. It is moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limbs possible as people are rotating in.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets to spray down with Mongrel in a fight. Gets 1 player weak, but does have to back up.
Didn't get the clutch. Someone else stole the kill from him.
Mitro gets choked as well.
Still have a launch pad, but again, when you're in a situation like this, low ground, they're getting sprayed with nothing but grenade launcher shots and frag grenades, and they're both going to be eliminated.
No i się wywalili.
Airwax just down as well.
Jaya.
Cease in the elimination feed. Does look like, remember early on, Elevate did go down.
Dalej żyją, patrzcie.
Zane go for it. Zane and Sap, do they do it?
Do you go for it? There's a launch pad there and so many materials.
This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the builds to go for it if they want.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Sap
uncontested.
That's one of those risk-reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory royales in a row.
Mongrel and Mitro's loot too, man.
Oh, that was making a statement. And we know that was juicy loot.
Yeah, they're making a statement saying, listen, we're from NA, we're here to play. Taking out the evil, they didn't know they took him out, but they're definitely taking
Nie wiem jak oni tak grają.
Sure, they are still above the
still great rotation items too.
Ale cheatosy już całe zjadłem. Nie
Both
jestem
have
taki
2
głodny.
shotgun grenades and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though. They try to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying and this is it, another massive rotation going to be taken to the center of Pleasant Park. They're 167 damage above the threshold.
Oni jak teamworkują bardzo, nie?
Right now. The question is, are they going to keep mid ground, go for low ground, high ground? What's the play?
They didn't get the launch pad. He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually works out. He hits his head on something, which takes him down from having to, fly all the way to get beat. As they're going to challenge high ground right now. Zayt and Sap looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stack lobby. Just saw Falconer in the feed as well. Arthur with an elimination too. 19 duos left as we're moving towards the placement points, Ninja, and these duos know exactly that. 3 points if you make it in the top 15, which could be the difference between first and dead last.
What are they going to do? Are they going to
Co się dzieje? Oni high grounda będą trzymać przez tyle czasu, nie dadzą rady.
Or are they going to try to play it a little risky and go for the limbs? If you're going to be shooting, going for limbs, definitely open up to a lot of spray, shotgun shots, AR shots, someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So it all depends on how their playstyle is going to unfold, man.
Many more duos remaining in this game, unlike the last one. Zayt with another elimination right there on the KBB. You got Snappy and Red Rush on the high ground, and Sap
over the play. The high ground
goes to the high ground. Take, will he get it?
He's going to get it. He has it.
Zayt's got high ground. Zayt has high ground as they go to try to
ma high grounda I będzie backup.
victory royales in a row. Sap is there as well, but Snappy just appeared right behind Sap and shotgunned him down right there.
Zayt right now is going to have to concede to the high ground, giving it to Snappy. And he's just going to have to stay alive as long as possible, try to get some placement points. He is obviously a talented player, top player. He can definitely make something happen, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do.
Cease has been by himself since the first moment of this game when Elevate went down at 98 players remaining, and he's somehow still alive. There goes Mega. You've got Darren's on the low ground. Vorwin getting chopped down as well. Zayt with about 100 HP. Uh-oh. Here comes Vinny and Zexro. They're trying to challenge the high ground.
He's right now being held in the storm with 5 limbs. He's going to be eliminated from the back.
No, Stompy go down już.
Zayt taken down as well. Snappy still with the high
Ale
ground.
oni będą mieli dużo punktów ten Zayt. 4 kile.
Looking good, and they're going to take it. They just took high ground. Snappy gave it to him.
And they just got the high ground. Great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those limbs.
Forward now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to hype for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough. Zexro and Vinny.
TSM takes game 2 with style. Both alive. You love to see it.
the victory royale and 7 eliminations.
Look at that.
Vinny's hyped, and Zexro looks like
he was stunned.
They forgot his fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my, you know, Jack, it's pretty expected at this point, but God,
it's unreal.
2 NA teams have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been easy. Guess what? Mongrel and Mitro, man, they've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Oh man, what a great shotgun shot. They were perfectly in sync. They're even jumping and shotgunning at the same time. Vinny, pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So hyped. Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or default dancing in the lobby.
Like he's trying to talk about literally what are they going to do in the next game.
Yeah.
Like that's what that focus is. That reminds me, I've been in this situation before. He grabbed his hand and took it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man. Great synergy.
What a start to today's competition. The energy in here is insane. I am looking around and there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
Don't even want it to end, man. I could be here all night. These games are incredible.
Yep.
And just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here, right? You guys want to be competing. Take notes.
Yeah.
Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate. And we'll see you guys here next year, man.
Well, guess what? Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo of Vinny and Zexro taking it there on the floor with none other than Jordan Fisher.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2, Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic end, both together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just in-game for you guys.
So the comp's kind of hectic because of all the noise, but we're just really good at playing together. Like, we're the longest duo that have played together, so yeah, we just know how to.
Great. Fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD!
Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo of Vinny and Zexro, you know, they've always been known as being so aggressive.
Yeah.
From all the times we've seen them in these competitive tournaments. While they might be some younger players, they've definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again, you just see
Dobra, dawać kolejną grę.
Talent here, always at the top of the duo qualifiers.
Tu jeszcze takich dymów nie ma, bo nie walczą o miejsce, nie? Czajcie o co chodzi.
Playing and practicing. Guess what? They just took the game number 2. You gotta be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up.
Będą walczyć o punkty, o 5 punktów, to będą się walić wtedy.
I felt like he was just talking about what are we gonna do next? Hey man, good job, we won that. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Right? How are we gonna change? Maybe even do better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure. And they know that. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zayt and Sap at the top. Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny, with that performance, go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja. And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back.
No i dalej prowadzą.
Nitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent, Hype, Derox, Item, Forwin, and Tux, Snappy, and Red Rush all there. While Zayt and Sap do have a nice little lead right now, nobody is safe from the rest of this lobby. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji and Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic Whale, 12 points. Daedra, M11Z, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th
Mówisz, Oskar, że
up
jeszcze
to
dużo się
first,
zmieni.
it jumps all the way to 3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of fun up here, Ninja.
Czwarta, piąta i szósta najważniejsze gry chyba. Piąta i szósta najważniejsza.
What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Czemu mówi Zeke?
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games from Sap and Zay locking down the lobby. to Zexro and Vinny just coming in super clutch. And of course, guys, you've been here. We got to see Ninja. He got to go ahead and commentate
No
some
jak
games.
grałem trio, to
So what I
wygraliśmy
wanna
2
know
gry pod
from
rząd
you
po 20
is,
punktów,
have you
nie?
guys had a good time? Have you enjoyed it? If so, just let me hear you. You know, that was so-so. Let's pretend I didn't ask. Have you guys been enjoying yourselves? That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, we've got quite a bit more games left to get through, but, you know, if you've been watching for a long time, you know I'm a big fan of everyone that loves Fortnite. It's all about bringing people together.
Dobra, let's go dalej.
And I like to say Fortnite fam. That's my thing. That's what I do. And you know, there's actually a lot of people from around the world that have come here to compete, to watch, to be part of all of this. And I thought, what better way to give back to you guys than to teach you how to say Fortnite from all around the world. So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at a video, and I can't wait because this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. A lot of work went into making this happen. So I can't wait for us to watch this together. Let's take a look.
Hello Fortnite fam. 포트나이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요. Привет, Fortnite семья. Не утилity историю. Ошера Fortnite волки.
Dobra, co to za kidy?
What's up Fortnite fam? 포트나이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요. What's up Fortnite fam? Hey, 저는 Fortnite fan.
What's up Fortnite fam?
Was geht Fortnite Freunde? 关注等着我们。What's up Fortnite fam?
Yo, what's up Fortnite fam? Are you trying to do the floss?
Sorry, I'm texting. What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam? E aí galera do Fortnite?
What's up Fortnite fam?
G'day Fortnite fam.
Bonjour, comment ça va les fans de Fortnite?
G'day Fortnite fam. Cheer up Fortnite fam. What up boys?
That was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, are the Fortnite fam. Get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before we hop back into the next game. One of the things to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching, Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have?
Nie gadaj.
You can totally get your hands on
Proszę
one.
odpalać.
Head on over, retailroad.com. Get yourself a nice shirt. We got some hoodies. We've got...
Dzwony ma live'a z Fortnite'a. On komentuje? Ta. Dobra. Zobaczmy z jednego, plus 18.
Have to be perfect. There's something about fear that pushes me.
Let's go.
I feel like I have to be perfect. There's something about fear that pushes me.
Let's go.
Also, that drift shirt, by far my favorite.
Będzie CS potem, ale najpierw oglądam sobie World Cupika.
I love drift. He's easily my favorite character. But just some cool things.
Ale zrobili koszuleczkę, powinni mi wysłać jedną.
Go ahead and take a look. Now, for those of you who have also been watching kind of all 10-week qualifiers long, you know we love Golden Boy. And there's actually one thing specifically he was kind of telling people as we were going through interviews. And that was,
też kubski, ale no na razie tak na 15 miejscu są.
Let's catch up and get a slice of pizza. Now I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Zeke, what about like everyone else? Why is it just Golden Boy?
Well, 4 gierki zostały.
And he's selfish and he wanted the pizza off for himself. Get called out. That's right. Now the world knows. But a few of those players actually took us up on the offer. They went out for some pizza. They had a night on the town. So let's take a look together and check this out.
Chłopy zrobiły sobie przerwę na pizzę.
New York City.
New York City.
Liberty, Central Park, the Empire State Building.
Ej, było jakieś GTA rozgrywane w Nowym Jorku, czy nie?
I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite players from around the world coming to my hometown to duke it out. But before the action started, I took World Cup qualifying players
Chyba powinni zrobić takie GTA w Nowym Jorku.
Starting with PC, Gaming Cafe,
Ojejku.
Waypoint.
GTA 4 było?
Good to see you. Good to meet you. All right, fellas, let's go and grab a drink. Let's go. All right.
To była ta 4 czy nie w Nowym Jorku?
Oj, kawkę sobie no pizzerio.
Nie, chyba nie była.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here.
A wiadomo gdzie będzie 6? Bo 6 to ma być ponoć ostatnie GTA jakie wyjdzie.
Champion will start with you. Hot, a lot of people. Yeah. Hot and a lot of people. I'm sorry, but also welcome to New York. That's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria? Austria, like I'm in Salzburg.
Kto to w ogóle jest, że się wypowiada? Przecież on nawet nie gra z Adrianem. Dobra, nie chce mi się, to jest jakiś no-name.
Having like a live crowd.
Oh.
Yeah. I try not to take tournaments like too seriously. If I play relaxed, I feel like I do better. I remember when everyone's like, this guy looks like he's just chilling on his couch at home, the casters, and it was like, I was just relaxed, you know, and just I feel like I played better.
Okay, so gentlemen, we're going to be heading off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park, so let's go and check it out.
Dobra, co to jest?
All right, so now here we are in Washington Square Park, gentlemen. And I love the fact that we've conveniently set this up. I don't know what these pieces would symbolize.
I don't know.
I'm not too sure. Is it like king or queen? While we have this here, let's talk about competition. You guys are potentially going to be facing off against each other. Have you thought about that now?
I don't know. I just don't want to feel the L2 spam like.
Oh, you don't want to feel the L2 spam?
I've watched them play a little bit. Him and Stompy, they're very like, I've seen them play aggro before. It's pretty scary. So if you have chemistry where you can play without even talking, you guys know what you're gonna do. That's like, a team like that's gonna win. So
what you guys are going to experience this weekend, this is the first Fortnite World Cup. You're going to be playing for millions of dollars potentially. Has that even set with you guys yet?
Even if it's not me, I'm thinking there's going to be millionaires after this tournament. There's going to be millionaires.
Life-changing money.
I try not to be, I'm not like greedy about it or anything. It's really nice to see like people that nobody know about. And
Ciekawe, czy Jarkos będzie latał słone.
All right, I'm going to dive more into that, but I think it's time to get a slice of pizza.
Dobra.
Take you out for a good pizza. We'll get some pizza. To give everyone pizza. Yeah, I'm gonna show up with 2 giant boxes of pizza. Pizza. Say I won't, Paula. Say I won't. And I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza with you. You know, all the players, and they all ignored me. You know? So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of all competitive gaming.
Dobra, no my co oglądamy, jak chłopy sobie jedzą pizzę, ty, jeszcze ja się nie wiem.
You could have no exposure, but if you're good, you get in the tournament. So
I patrzcie, jakie to jest oszustwo.
I'm gonna enjoy my time here.
Fortnite na przykład teraz propsuje takiego Adriana. I co? I to jest bardzo niefajne zachowanie. Ponieważ ja jestem na przykład z takim mongralem i co teraz? Nie chcę oglądać jak Adrian je pizzę, dlatego nie wiem.
Honestly, it gives just more support for me. I feel more like
to jest złe.
Happy to be here when there's all these people, whether they're rooting for me or other players. Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to see all like the crowd, and I know it's gonna get bigger and bigger every event. So,
fellas, best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this weekend. Seriously, nothing but the best for you. But we're in the thick of things here in New York. So I think we got to get some more pizza. You guys down? All right, let's do it.
New York's got everything.
No i się jedzą znowu
This
pizzę.
weekend, most importantly, it's got the Fortnite World Cup. Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the
Się jedzą
competition.
pizzę. Ulańce. Co jest? Nic fajnego. Moje czytowski są lepsze. Dobra.
Good guy, golden boy. You gotta love him. You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out.
Dawaj młody, take Dela.
Get some pizza and just tour New York.
O, take Del pokazuję.
Now, guys, there is actually a dynamic duo that we want to talk to. We actually have Jordan Fisher standing by. He's going to be chatting with Nix and PF Zin. These guys qualified back from the Brazilian region, and they've got some things to say. So, Jordan, let's go over you.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nix and PF Zin here. Nix, you have been absolutely dominating in the last few weeks, especially where the solos and the duos are concerned, being the first Brazilian player to qualify for the World Cup. Can you talk to me a little bit about the dynamic that the two of you share as partners?
Knicks, você estava dominando nas últimas semanas, principalmente para os qualifiers da World Cup. Você pode falar um pouco sobre a dinâmica de vocês?
Eu e o PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
PFZ and I, we try to play as aggressively as possible and get as many eliminations as we can.
As you should in the name of Battle Royale, right? Now, PFZ, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nyx, who is obviously a dominant player, you know, kind of helping him set up for a solid end game. What's it been like to work with such a young and fiery player like Nyx?
PFzinho, você parece que você consegue contrabalançar o estilo bem incendiante do Nyx. Então, como é que é isso para você fazer esse lado mais balanceado da dupla?
Basicamente eu tenho uma role de suporte, então eu meio que fico nas backlines e ele vai na frente. Quando a gente tem o high ground, por exemplo, ele tem a função de ficar embaixo
high
do
ground.
mundo e eu controlando o high ground. Basicamente
Control
é o lado
high
mais
ground.
estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais agressivo.
Basically, I have more of a support role. Whenever we're in high ground, I'm just more in the background, supporting him. Like he has a more aggressive role.
Setting him up.
Yeah.
To fire the loose cannon at the end. It reminds me of the very W key in a West that I play on all the time, and that has really, you know, just got me cranking my 90s on a regular basis. You know about that courage, right? Am I right? Back to you.
Dobra, no i patrzcie, kto przedłużają. Wow.
Courage, he's just found the chicken parmesan. Someone whispered the word and he went. You just see it. Also, big shout out to Nyx and PFZen. I actually chatted with Nyx very quickly. He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nyx," and I'm thinking this guy knows how to talk. So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him how much I loved him.
Dobra,
Turns
czaty
out,
ze dwóch.
he didn't understand any of it.
Poczekamy
so I had to
sobie
give a
chwilę,
translator
więc
to
ja
all
ze
of them.
dwóch.
But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I
moment,
know what you
na
want.
jakieś
You want
3
more
minuty.
games. We have 4 more on deck.
Muszę wyrzucić
So I think for
różne
now, we're going to send it back up to Golden Point and Monster. They're going to get us into these games.
Dobra,
So,
jestem za 3 minuty.
how's CJ Mike Realm? Play us in.
All right, huge shout out to DJ Mike Realm, spinning the ones and twos here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Masa D-Face, Boricua Boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zayt and Sap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant, even Miz and Deidre, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference in making it all the way through the top 10 and being a World Cup winner.
What I've loved seeing is that standings page, top 10. International through and through. You got the Japanese players popping off, European players popping off, players from New Zealand. Everyone's putting in every little bit they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Keep it going, Golden Boy, because we are jumping into game 3 as these cameras populate. Your favorite competitors are here. They've made it this far. It's the duo competition. If you were nervous before, hopefully they kicked the bucket over this little break here, and they're back, and they're recuperating.
I know I practically kicked the bucket after
Chyba Gierka się
I was feeling it, man. It was nuts. And there they are on your screen. So the drop for the bus here, it's going to be a north to south one going right over that ice biome. It's going to cut pretty much center of the map there. And Vinny and Zextro, I'm very happy that they're performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success. Even going into the World Cup qualifiers, we all were like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then tragedy struck as Zextro had a few problems with you know, arthritis and different things with his hands. And I'm make sure I'm getting that right. And I'm just bummed out about that. Good to see them here showing up, man. That's huge.
I mean, that's what you expect of our competitive veterans, specifically Zextro, Vinny. They go back to as many of the LAN tournaments that we've seen, as does Zay and Sap. But anyways,
Gościu, trzeci mecz już się wywala.
KBB is gonna take down
Trzeci mecz już się wywala, nie?
Scram close by. Is he close enough? And
To
this is
jest
a battle
hit
going
w
down
ogóle.
in Snobby Shores. So off the rip here, we have players getting dropped. That's actually going to be our first elimination. Lucky for us to catch that one, but there's shots coming in from the Viking Island right up above, and he just kind of turns a corner, sweeps him up, catches that full elim there. So that's his now. Got a little toe-to-toe action here, Golden Boy.
Very rough situation to be in here, but Zextro now looking to engage in this one. Potentially here is going to go over to his POV now.
Czemu tamten znowu się wywalił?
It's a little wild, man. It's like just getting the bearings all together here. I think for the players as well, that moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they going to do? How are they going to just implement their strategy going into the next game? What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change your drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nyx, PF Zin earlier on. This is the Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that. Yes, Scram, they're going to be on the hunt for him, so they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nyx especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, you know, for the weekend.
He was at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualified for solo, so we'll be seeing Nyx tomorrow. And then you got Scram. He's got 2 eliminations, but he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making all that ruckus, all the noise around him, and Scram just does not want to give up his position. Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play. But Nyx and PF Zin, they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like dust in the wind right here. As Nyx and PF Zin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of loot their way through and make their way to the zone soon.
And loot they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Scram over in the distance, he's going to be out of there, but now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7SSK7. Got Spades and Crims now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crims is going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and trying to use that advantage from the download, a little bit of that right hand, right? Just see if he can get a peek in there. Does get tagged up, Crims. Guy does back away there, does manage to build out. And Spades is gonna force him out. There you go. So they're just right now playing for that positioning, and I like the fact that they're using these, you know, the natural high grounds, right? Get to the top, hold it down. Don't really focus too much on just trying to get in their face quite yet. Give yourself that moment of opportunity and really get a lay of the land.
Tak średnio bym powiedział.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, you know, very weird situations like this, force the 1v1s, and hopefully get those free shots and then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here pressuring and isolating their opponents right now. And so far, they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them. Plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. I mean, Jamside and 7SSK7, they're looking, they're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crimson Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock down Jamside. He's looking for 7SSK7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players are going to be out of there. And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades have so much to prove here because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. But now, hopping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10, and they're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of eliminations. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just piping up these players at these points of interest, and looks like Lucky Landers is theirs right now.
And they'll have that, but let's see. Miz and Daedra. They linger about it. I love the fact that you go to this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage. It's right there, so you don't got to worry too much. You can continue to focus on looting. High ground has been lost, though. Miz needs to be careful. Where's Daedra at? He's going to be right next to him, trying to get these angles.
So what they have to do, they have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here. Can they find their opponent, catch a nice little low ground peak right here?
Tu się nic nie dzieje, nie?
Low ground is definitely underrated. If you can just kind of peek out, catch a big shot, you're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. But you know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning, and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo along with Wishy.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here, so he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot. What are they going to do? It's just a nice standoff.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They are not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. Focusing this player, forcing him to actually build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining, and just a hope and a prayer, but unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough.
Właśnie
Wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points.
Murky.
Feels so good.
It's really good. It feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to game 1. They had a great game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through the end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game, that's great, but you do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself
Która gra trzecia dopiero.
Maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2, we were at
Nico.
circle 5, circle 5. I think we were sitting at like 45, 46 players here, just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's dealing back. But Crew and Chapels, one of my picks to watch, have sort of been struggling in the format so far. I guess when the real pressure's on, the environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. Everything changes here, and Crew does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the fear in the player to have to back away. Both players, well, respecting the space from one another. The stinkers come out. Crew and Chapix having to get out of there, and they're going to use those, I believe, the shockwave nades to just fly on out of there. Didn't see the purple over their bodies there, but they were able to fly on out of that fight. Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened.
Yeah,
they need big performances. They have to push towards placement and end game. So good on them to kind of back up, man.
Jest ktoś na live'ie? Bo nie wiem, czy wyłączyć, czy zostawić.
It really is annoying to go
W sumie to nic się nie dzieje, nie? Poszedłem sobie spać.
The stinkers here, Epic Whales under
Bo nie chcę
pressure
już
right
tego
now.
oglądać.
That's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire.
Przynajmniej jeszcze 2 gry będą takie useless.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale along with 40R Storm. This is a Week 10 qualified duo. Last moment you could possibly have it happen, and they managed to pull it